Good morning.
Good morning, Geshe-la.
Yeah, good idea to take nap.
Okay. So, in the Gold Prayer Book, please turn to page 34. No mandala offering. No mandala offering. Oh, oh. So should we do the one? Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, so turn to page 97 in the Gold Prayer Book. On the bottom, you see the short mandala offering. So let's offer the mandala to Geshe-la. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon, I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. O holy and perfect pure Lama, from the clouds of compassion that form in the skies of your Dharmakaya wisdom, please release a rain of vast and profound Dharma, precisely in accordance with the needs of those to be trained. Idam Guru Ratnamadalakam Niryatayami. Now go back to page 34, and we'll start with Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra. If you have the white binder and not the Gold Prayer Book, just turn to the first page titled Kadampa Center Prayers. Te ata om mune mune maha munayi soha. Te ata om mune mune maha munayi soha. Te ata om mune mune maha munayi soha. Okay, for the Medicine Buddha stanza and mantra, if you don't have the Gold Prayer Book, look at the page that's in blue, the color, the blue sheet. Bhagawan with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispel of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. So let's chant the mantra 7 times. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samukate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samukate soha. Te ata om bekanze raja samukate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samukate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samukate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samukate soha. Te ata om bekanze 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 soha. And now the 4 measurables in English 3 times. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity. Now turn to page 37 and we'll chant the two mantras at the bottom of the page. Chenrezig's mantra 8 times. He's the Buddha of great compassion. And then Green Tara's mantra 7 times, and she's the deity of enlightened activity. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Taritu Taritu Re Soha, 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 Om Taritu Taritu Re Soha. Thank you. So the children are welcome to go to their classes.
What happened to your hair? So, again, good morning. So, so the December is the month. So you make a lot of offerings, December offerings. Probably you also receive quite a bit of offering too. Some of no, it's like generally speaking, I think it's beautiful holidays, that people are, exchanging gifts and family get-togethers. So I just want us to meditate a little bit. Okay, meditate a little bit on giving. That also includes like material giving, whatever material gift that you give to your friend, close one families, and also like children, they get so excited, they get so like I'm not sure how much joy they get, but they get some joy receiving gift. But with full excitement, that's good things. So how to do meditation on giving. So I think it's also good to know. See, like all the senses, including all the senses, including the body, all the senses. If my English is not clear, so my English is getting old. So all the senses and including is a part of our life. So Lüdang, Longje, then all the possessions, possessions. It's not just like material possessions, but it's also according to the meditation on giving. So the possession also refers to the Longje, time. So thought, thought, your own thought. Tizum Geza, so Tizum Gezoches. Tizum means 3 times, past, present, future, 3 times, called Tizum. Something you did, something wonderful in the past, it's very important to remember. It's very important to remember, not just what, only the negative thing in the past that we remember. Also, we need to remember positive things too, not just negative things. So we need to learn how to remember all the positive things that you received, the positive things you did for somebody else. So it's very, very important to remember again and again. Not just that, then also rejoice. Rejoice? Makes sense, rejoice. Yeah. Means feel good. Rejoice means feel good when you remember that you did something good for somebody you are not bloodly related, or it's not considered your friend, but you just did something good. They need to remember that and feel good. That's rejoice, rejoice. Then, according to practice, that what happens is when you rejoice, when you feel good about something, that you did something good, when you feel good, when you remember, then that, from the Buddhist point of view, is called merit. Merit? Merit. So I'm not sure, like, called Gewa, merit. That multiplies. When you rejoice, that multiplies. Okay? It multiplies. So that is the cause of happiness. The merit is the cause for happiness, or merit. So that multiplies, 3 times. Past, doing something good now, and thinking to do something good in the future. These are all good. These are all noble thought. Noble thought. So that brings happiness. That brings happiness. So that, 3 times merit. So that so then transform that into whatever other living being needs. Somebody might need water, just transform that into water. Somebody may need some company, then transform that into company. Somebody may need bridge to cross, then transform that into bridge. Make sense? You transform that whatever they need. It's not like what you think they need. So whatever they need. So so generosity, they become excellent generosity based on time. Somebody is desperate for some nice word that you say. Somebody desperate for some food. Time-wise, it's very difficult. So then you give, time-wise not that difficult, then you give doesn't mean much, that person has plenty. So time-wise. Then object-wise, then you give the best possession, you give best possessions. But that's kind of hard. Yeah, that's kind of hard, so most of the time Dharma is just between lips. Not much here. So the best possessions, time-wise, most difficult time. Object whom you are giving, that's also even harder. You give it to the person that you hate it. Does that sound good? That sounds hard. Yeah. So then you don't just throw. You just give them, out of respect. Out of respect. So kam, lu kam, samle tinitos, to close distance, not just from the far. You did give them from out of respect. So that's the best. Then it becomes the best form of generosity practice. But here, so I'm not. It's hard for you, hard for me, hard for everybody. Giving your best possessions to the person you hated. Including me, including you, everybody. It's hard. But you can think. You can think. Mentally you can think. Mentally you can think. So the mind is so powerful. So at the beginning, we say mandala offering. So actually, the mandala offering is for like teachers and holy beings. So then, other sentient beings, they also play the same important roles. We also need to make offering to them too. They are equally important when it comes down on your happiness. Equally important. Without others, you cannot practice patience, you cannot practice loving kindness, you cannot practice compassion. So you need others. You need others in order you to grow, in order you to grow, in order you to go to high. You need others. Without others, what Amazon can do. Amazon. Amazon. So sorry, how you say Amazon? Yeah, means nothing. Need others. Without other Amazon, it means nothing. So maybe I'm not sure do they recognize or not. Without other, Amazon or Facebook is nothing. So they benefit because of others. If there's no others, what they can do, nothing. This everything, all our happiness is very much dependent on others. So when we are born, we are dependent on others. And when we are alive, so we are dependent on others. So when we die, we depend on others. And others is very important. So therefore, so you, all your senses, all the pleasure that you experience based on your five senses, your body, your 3 times positive things that you did in 3 times, all of that, then you mentally transform simje rara, this chagme, without attachment. Without attachment, you just transform. If somebody needs friend, you transform to friend. Somebody needs clothes, you transform it into clothes. Somebody needs water, you need to transform it into water. Whatever they needed, so you transform that. Without expectations, without attachment, without expectations, pure heart, pure heart, pure heart. So that can be done. It can be done. So next 5 minutes, please meditate on that. So then, so that's what how the meditation has been done on practice of generosity. Your body 3 times merits, all the possessions, or then you transform that into whatever they needed. So there are people, not just people, including yourself. So we need something all the time. All the time we need something. Every single day we need something. We need something. You can transform that, okay? So then that's going to be meditation on as perfection of generosity practice. How to meditate on perfection of generosity practice. Generosity practice. Make sense? Yeah. Yeah. So alhamdulillah, you can welcome to join with the chant. So then please think as I requested. Yeah, alhamdulillah, maybe chant the mandala offering. So there's also hand mudra. You can learn. If you're interested, you can learn. But that's not part of the mandatory coming to Kadampa Center. It's not a part of the mandatory to come to Kadampa Center. So if you don't know how to do this, you can still come to Kadampa Center. So this is hand mudra. So that visualize, then you do like this, they visualize. So then the 4 continents, then the center, they kind of like symbolize the center of universe. Then what are you trying to do mentally? You're trying to think all the goodness that in this universe, then you offer to the holy beings, to all the beings. The way to create more merit, which is the cause for happiness. So you see here on the right side, that kind of symbolize, that's the mandala, it's called like mandala set. So it's just built by Anna, and her daughter's been here, beautifully built. So they symbolize whole universe, So then, of course, so you can get that mandala set for your own practice. Then like, you can learn how to do this practice. So then, there are different ways to create. The circle like the three different like layers of set. It's called mandala. In Tibetan, the word is called kinkor. Kinkor means like circle. What do? You try to take essence from the circles. That means essence means to develop your mind, improve your mind, improve your mind. So for your own happiness, for the happiness of other beings. So then you do that practice at home. So if you are interested, you can talk to nuns, so they will explain to you. Okay. So today we are going to chant now. So then please you meditate.
So Geshe do the short mandala or the long mandala?
Short.
So if you want to join us, it's on page 35. Saji perki jushin meto tamri raminji idam guru rata mandalakam niryatayami.
So then maybe second meditation, another meditation, okay, followed by chant, okay. Also, I also heard, even though this, month is considered as, like, generally speaking, considered as something very special, a lot of people enjoy. At the same time, I also heard a lot of people, they go through difficulties, so much difficulties. Therefore, so we do Tonglen practice together as a group. So always practice become more powerful if we do as a group. It becomes more powerful. Usually we hardly think one thing, like how often we think one thing as a group. Every day we think different. You are thinking something else, I'm thinking something else, everybody thinking something else. If we can put all our, attentions, energy or thought into one point, so that creates energies. From the technical point of view, you could say merit, they create merit energies. So that energy has ripple of impact through our life or society. So, so this Tonglen practice can be combined with your breathings. When you exhale, we all doing something, every single day doing something, so maybe cooking, or friends coming over, or feeding yourself, or feeding other people, always doing something, always doing something. So we sent, people who are struggling, there's so many different things that people struggle, so many different things that people struggle. So many complications that people go through every single day, many different kind of complications. Complications related to the Christmas, complications related to the friend, complications related to the job, then all kind of things, So we think of all of them, and including yourself. So don't think, there's myself is excluded. No, because you are the one who's doing the practice. That means you are already included. Even though you don't say I, doesn't matter. It's already included. It's already included because you get the most benefit. You get the most benefit. So giving, according to Buddhist practice, don't giving and taking practice, don't give. Lend, take. Don't lend. That's the practice. That's the name of the practice, giving and taking practice. You can alternate. You can just do give first, take second. You can take first, give second. Doesn't matter. That's not like definite order. You can alternate. I have one friend, now who lives in Florida, very nice gentleman, also very smart, very smart. So then when we grow up, so then there are so many things that we develop based on our perceptions. Our perception is very limited when we are very young. 1 year or 2 year or 3 year old, our perception is very limited, and also generally speaking, it's kind of pure. Or something to play, eat or sleep, that's all. Nothing much. But you still see things. And somehow, he's suggests that we need to go back to that, to look at the photo, if you have one. So look at the photo. When you are little, looks very cute, very innocent, very pure. Need to probably visit back there and look. So now think how you can be mean to yourself. Look at that photo. If you see yourself like this right now, can you be like mean? I don't think so. Even though that's not suggested in the textbook, doesn't matter. Even though it's not written in here, doesn't matter. The text taught by Buddha doesn't matter. Long as that helps your mind, that's the most important things. Doesn't matter whether it's written or not written, doesn't matter. What we need help to develop noble thought. Whatever ways that helps to develop your noble thought, looking at sunset or bird, doesn't matter. Squirrel, I'm not sure how much noble thought you generate. I'm not sure how much novel thought you can generate looking at a squirrel. So you can visualize yourself in front of you and just give out of pure love. Take all the problems that you have, take out of compassion. That's the meaning of Tonglen practice. Practice, okay? Or you can visualize your family member, your friend, your relative, close one who's going through difficulties. You can visualize them. And you can make it bigger. Bigger is better in America. Am I right? Bigger, everything like Texas, the big head. Yeah, so thought should be Texas way. Thought needs to be, how is it, Texan way? Texas style. Yeah, Texas style. That when you think, you have to think think big. So think, then you make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's good. That's good. You can think about yourself, and you can think about your friend, close one. If not, then you can go beyond oceans. There are people, children. Their lives upside down every single day. There's so many tragedy, war, all. Practically, there's nothing much. As an individual person, there's nothing much you can do. But when you hear, when you see, it's it breaks your heart. So only thing that you do is then you pray for them, so so there are so many things. So then you make your think bigger, include all of them, so then you send out of pure love, and you take. So say this taking part is a little bit kind of complicated. So a lot of people say, oh, I can't take anymore because I have tons of things that I'm going through. It's not you are the one who's doing the taking practice, but it's not taking on yourself. Taking on the ego, ego. Ego, like my way, highway, that ego. Yeah. So that creates a lot of problems. There are many problems that are created by thought. Because human thinks, not just smells, sees, tastes, touch. It's not like that. That's pretty much the same as animal too. They also can see, they can smell, they can hear, they can touch each other. That's pretty much common things. It's not just a unique thing of human. What is the unique thing of human? They think and they plan. Or then unfortunately sometimes not necessarily they think something positive. So because of that, because of our thought, and there's all these problems that's happening in the world because of human thought. Because we we are part of the responsibility of that. So we could become part of the solution too, if we think positive way. So anyway, so I'm not going to say much about online practice. So what I think is important too, we as a group, so we can do for yourself and do for others who's going through difficulties. I heard that Christmas time, so a lot of people also go through a lot of stress, difficulties. So we take that out of compassion, and we give out of loving kindness. We give. That's how the giving practice has been done. You give out of loving kindness, and you take out of compassion. Then you get immense benefit. Okay, immense benefit. So you can just breathe, exhale out of loving kindness, inhale out of compassion. Then you can do that. So while we chant, so that will probably chant will be last probably a couple of minutes. There's a good amount of time, so you can think, and you can visualize yourself in front of you, and just look very closely. Same time, it's very important to understand. Very important to recognize. Very important to recognize. Nobody is perfect. Nobody. Everybody makes mistake. You understand that? Everybody makes mistake. Nobody's perfect. Don't think, somebody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. Everybody makes mistake. It's not that, Then you learn. So don't just be like, don't beat yourself. How you say, beat yourself up? Don't beat up yourself because you make mistake. Then you are going to beat everybody else because everybody else makes mistake. No. When you say mistake, according to Buddhist practice, you show compassion. Same to your mistake, you deal with the compassion, out of compassion, not deal with out of anger or negative mindset, no good. No, you deal with out of compassion. When you see problem and mistake in yourself, you deal with the compassions. When you see other people, you deal with compassion. So helping, then you help out of loving kindness. And you help yourself to loving out of loving kindness. Okay? So that's how the practice is being done. So yeah, so please think about that. So the next few minutes, there's a good amount of time so you can meditate on that, okay? Exhale out of loving kindness. Inhale out of compassion. Tomorrow's problems, you can just visualize, inhale now, and to then deal with the compassion like that, okay? Taking difficulties now, tomorrow, next month, next year, difficulties, take now, out of compassion, not out of fear, out of compassion. So that's called giving and taking practice, don't you know? Or you can just do give, just to give. Okay, just to give. There's no definite order. Even though it's come with the order, tong means give, len means take. That's the word how it's been put it together. But these are no definite order. Pema jang means you can alternate. Pema means alternate. Pema jang means practice, alternate. Then please think big as possible. Think big as possible. Okay. So there are many. No time to think about Christmas. No time to think about gift. Life is just hard. Just try to survive. That's all. Even the survival comes very difficult. When you joke sent to your mind, pure love. So yeah. Oh, yeah. You think that I will, do you think that I will win Grammy Award? I have the worst voice, you know. So people say I sound like donkey. Some monks, they specialize chanting. So when you go to monastery, I put all my energy into philosophy. Some monks, you can choose, you know, like some they put all their energy into ritual practice. So some of them train to become chanting master. So they chant their deep voice. But my voice improved when I came to America because there's no choice. Monastery, there are so many choices. There are so many monks. There's a lot of monks who has better voice. They can chant. I don't have to chant. So here, no choice. So, so then you know. So then now, donkey needs to sing. So monastery, what you do? You go to the creek. So then you like, you know. So see, they have like deep voice. Their voice be developed, you know, developed. So then they just in front of the creek, you can hardly hear yourself. Then you end up, you know, like making a lot of noise, like not just screaming, but you know, like oh. Then you know they become very deep voice. Oh. So anyway, so sorry that you have to hear this donkey voice. Oh yeah. So that's how you know do, how to say, giving and taking practice, don't practice, okay? Don't practice. So now maybe I'll read a little bit from the books. Like how you know. Yeah, maybe you remember Lama where we stopped? It's been now a month. I'm not sure anybody remembers. I think we are somewhere there. So let me, if I remember, if I find, it's been like a month, so I'm not sure. Yeah, probably. This book is called like 7-point mind training teaching, 7-point mind training teachings, so this is kind of commentaries. Just take a minute and think. Just take a minute and think. Physical happiness, mental happiness. So what do you think about that? What do you think about how to define physical happiness and how to define mental happiness? So when you hear word mental happiness, Tibetan says sende, lude, sende. Lude means physical happiness. Sende means mental happiness. Sende, so the last one, sende. Is it like something that we can develop, or is it just, I'm not sure how I should say, like, do you divide like that? Do you divide like that? Physical happiness, mental happiness? Huh? So, as I said, like pleasure you get seeing something, whether you call it happiness or I'm not sure pleasure. There were kind of like you could say for happiness. So just tell me one thing. What is physical happiness? This is no test. If you're no test, so you are not going to test me. I'm not going to test you. I hope you are not going to test me. But do you need mic or maybe no? No. Yeah.
Think of for physical happiness being free of pain.
Oh. Yeah, very good. Yeah. That's good.
I think physical happiness comes about when all of our basic needs are met, our physical needs, food, clothing, shelter. I think when we have those comforts, then we have physical comfort.
Very good. Yeah. More donation.
That is what we're striving for, to have these basic needs met. Yeah.
More donations.
When I think about physical happiness, it seems like it's when your physical ailments are at a level that's satisfactory to mental happiness. Because if you focus, there's almost always some physical ailment, even when you're young. You may be sore from exercise. You could be a little hungry, but if it's satisfactory enough that you can overcome it and actually be mentally happy, it seems like, then that's what I would think about physical happiness.
How's about like eating like jalapeno or jalapeno? How's about eating jalapeno?
But a lot of people really enjoy that. Yeah, a lot of people enjoy that. So that's a good example of where for some people it's satisfactory.
Is that pain or happiness?
Both.
So then if philosophically, it doesn't, it's like it can't be right, because one thing cannot be happiness and pain both, happiness and suffering. Huh?
It changes.
Huh? So, yeah. Yeah, please, more jalapenos.
Who wants it?
Uh,
Here you are.
It's funny. I grew up in a house that did not eat much spicy stuff. Like barbecue was about the spiciest thing. Like barbecue flavor was about the spiciest thing, and neither one of my parents do much spicy. But all three of their kids, me, have just gotten spicier and spicier and spicier and spicier. And at this point, like I have a variety of hot sauces I like, but I've gotten to where I like just raw jalapenos by themselves. Just like I'll sit like down for a meal and just like do 3 or 4 raw jalapenos by themselves. And this conversation comes up often, like it's painful and sometimes it burns, and my kids will watch me and I'm just like, like tears are coming out and slobber's coming out. But they're like, why do you do that? But it's like, there is something actually really like, almost like the adrenaline rush of like skydiving or bungee jumping or something like that. Like all of my, everything is like elevated, and I feel it does actually clear out my sinuses. So like, sometimes if I'm like sneezing and like all this kind of stuff, like when the weather comes and you get like head congestion, I'll particularly like them then, because it clears out everything. But it's almost like it's not quite painful, but it is like a expulsion thing, and like adrenaline thing, and I like it a lot.
Yeah. I don't blame you, because I like spicy too. Like need to think about, it's going to burn your mouth, but you do it because you kind of, you say I'm not sure, like what, like say I like, I'm not sure. I also say I like spicy. So that is like more like related to taste, right? Jalapeno is related to taste. So it's not sweet. It's very hot. It's like some of them you see in the Bhutan, but the whole planet, the Bhutan is the one who eat the most. They're called like fireball or something like fireball. Probably they go tiny. Oh, that is like really hot. It's really hot, So, but I'm not sure. Like then, at the same time, like in Argentina, they drink mate, some kind of like herb. You try that. When the first time when you try it, kind of like disgusting. Like it not doesn't taste good, but people drink all the time. They drink all the time. So anyway, so is this just idea or is just something physical? So how to say, if it's just idea, so then it is also good news that then different idea could deal with that. So see, like then maybe all the problem, all the complications that we face could deal with them with a different kind of mindset, without disturbing your peace of mind. Even though it's like some kind of pain, you deal with that, and it doesn't. Yeah, of course, this is physical pain. It's not going to go away. But when you deal with that with different kind of mindset, it doesn't disturb your mind. Instead, kind of like nourish your mind, and you further grow. You know? Did you heard about like, I say, taking undesirable condition as a path? Did you hear that? Oh, that's what I have, a different kind of mindset. When you feel like, oh, everything's pouring down on me like rain, one after another, things go wrong. Oh, different mindset. There's different mindset. If you generate, then you can deal with those circumstances with a different kind of mindset. Then you are able to transform that into some kind of bridge that you can walk beyond. Oh, that's less part of sorrow. Sorrow. That's what's called taking message of undesirable condition as a path, transform. The Kenge Lamdul Dhamma, quintessential instructions how to accept difficult circumstance, then transform into something that where you can breathe or maybe think something positive. Oh. So I'm not saying that I'm doing that with the jalapeno. So I'm just enjoying, I'm just eating that. So anyway, so that is do people enjoy pain? Huh? That's like, psychological, that's hard to understand, but people do. Isn't that interesting? Oh. So now the question is it just in the mind? Is it just your perceptions, projections, perception, projection, not just perceptions? We don't just stay there, then we project. Or is it all in the mind? If it's all in the mind, is it really happening? Is it all in the mind? How somebody enjoy pain? How? I can get my head around. How is it? How like, now the question is, how someone see their worst enemy as their teacher? How? There are many questions. How somebody enjoy pain? Generally speaking, nobody enjoy pain. Then how somebody there enjoy pain? How you explain that? Now nobody thinks, oh, the worst enemy is the best teacher. Nobody thinks, generally speaking. How come there's somebody thinking like that? How come? Is it all about mind, the mindset, or thought? Or is it just something that's actually there? How somebody's thinking that I can live in the fire pits, not just 1 second or 1 day, eons and eons in the fire pit, just to benefit one sentient being, just to benefit one. How somebody thinks like that? How? Not like things like sincerely practice, sincerely, genuinely practice, not just think and put into practice. Oh. Compassion never decrease, even though you have to live into the fire pit, eons. Not talking about just 1 day, 2 days, eons. Your compassion never decrease, instead it increase. And do that happily, joyfully, not just sit there. So now that's why I'm asking, like, here in, like, according to this text, physical happiness, mental happiness, lude, sende. Then now the question, physical happiness, if you refer to 5 senses, seeing something beautiful, or smelling something nice, like tasting something good, hearing some beautiful sound, or touching something nice, that is very common things, also with animals. It's nothing special about it. Animal knows. We are not very special. They knows. Mental happiness, that one, animal has very little opportunities because they don't think much. Do they think much? Probably they think about food, probably not, like then besides that, we have institutions, we have university, we have school, we have education systems, we have like communities, we have so many different levels of things, Yeah, human, that's the unique thing about human things. Not just one time, all the time things. So now, how you define mental happiness? How you define mental happiness? So these things, physical, if you are related to the five senses, these are very temporary, heavily dependent on object. Long as object is there, is there. If the object is not there, it's gone. Second one, mental happiness is not dependent on object. You could live in middle of a Himalayan mountain in a cave. Physically, very little things. Mentally, you are perfectly fine. You could be in a prison, prison, but mentally you are fine, something like that. So mental happiness. Same day, what is mental happiness? So it's important things to to think about what is mental happiness. All the disturbing thought, as I mentioned this probably last 20 years, I've been here 20 years, almost 20 years now. I've been saying that last 20 years. And I myself, not 24 hours, 7 days a week, but very often think about disturbing thought. You think like less disturbing thought is better? Now the question is how to do. Regard, you don't have to believe anything. Tibetan, American, Tibetan, I think. Tibetan, it's not like, Tibetan don't think. That's wrong. Tibetan also think too. We all think, Buddhist think, Christian think, believer think, non-believer, atheist people. Everybody thinks. Everybody has brain. So then now slowly they are discovering there's something beyond brain. So now they're scientists, they are showing key interest into emotional part of human life. There's something beyond brain. So they are showing some interest there. Then another hand, there's quantum physics. Physics or physics? Physics. Yeah, quantum physics. Their research is very much done on material things, matters. For Buddhists, this is not something new. For Buddhists, there's not something new. It's been done 2,500 years ago. When you read those texts, it's already there. It's Nagarjuna's theory, Nagarjuna's idea theory. It's not much done on matters, but it's much done on self. So now side the quantum physics, their conclusion now is that nothing exists. No, that's called nihilism. We all for Buddhists, there's not new news. There's not news. That's called nihilism. That's called nihilism. That's like one extreme view. That's not the middle way. You are falling into one extreme view. That's called nihilism. Nagarjuna theory about that, begin from there. No, there's something exists, not exactly the way you think, but there's something exists. It's not nothingness, it's something. Something that is dependent is not independent, there's something dependent. All the problem, all the complications, something to think about. I just throw there. You are smart. You read. You think. You write. In my village, only one person can read and write. That's pretty much it. The majority of the people, they don't read. They cannot read. They don't know how to read. Or even Tibetan, just forget about English. Their own letter, they cannot read. So I'm just throwing some idea there. Nyumochyonam, that text is written by one of the Indian masters, or commenting on Nagarjuna's, philosophical view. This is very new to your ear, probably very new to your ear, but something to think about. Nyumochyonams, all the, downside, drawback or downside. All the drawback or downside of disturbing thought. Where it's coming from, it's coming from some view. It's coming from view. Need to see that. Need to see that. Then after that, then need to do some. The view, the wrong view. What that view refers to, notion of self. Notion of self. How often you analyze. Perception of self. Not just that, then projections. That refers to apply to anything. You see John, for example, before, it's just a stranger, I don't know, I just saw at the Kadampa Center John. That doesn't have any impact on your life, it's just normal, just see. Then probably John says something, or did something. Right after that, you have different perceptions of John. So then you don't like to see John. You don't want to be around with John because the way John says something, perceptions. Not just that, then projections. Probably out of 90% of that is projections. Maybe 10% there, then we project. But same is happening with the self. 10%, but 90% is projected. So need to do thorough analysis. How the thorough analysis on the notion of self is very important. Because according to Mahayana Buddhists, according to Nagarjuna philosophy, everything's because of that. Everything, all the problems because of that. So first you become attached to yourself. I. Yeah, of course it's important. I is important. Then you become attached to that I. So then from there, then you become attached to mine. So then, my family, my possession, my religion, my culture, my country. From there, then one after another, So I'm just throwing some idea there. Okay, you just please think. So next time, then please share. Maybe you have like 21st century thought, 21st century ideas that will be very helpful for 21st centuries. Even the books that we are talking about has been written like 7th centuries, around 7th centuries. So then, on the other hand, what Shantideva said is very important. That Shantideva written by also another Indian master. This book is called like Guide to Buddhism, the Way of Life. You can borrow. No need to buy. You can borrow. Also, you can, of course, you are welcome to buy. But you can only borrow. So I'm not discouraging you to buy, but you can borrow. But if you cannot buy, so you can borrow there. And there, Shantideva said, Dunga torde semi-jans. Dunga torde semi-jans. You have desire. Shantideva said, you have desire to overcome difficulties. Dunga torde semi-jans. You have desire to overcome from difficulties. Yes, I do. I do have desire to overcome difficulties. Dunga nila ngomba juice. So now the second line is not that hard, not that easy to understand. Second line, dunga nila ngomba juice. You just go for sufferings. What is that now? What he's trying to say? I don't think I deliberately go to sufferings. I don't think so. When I think, then what is trying to say? What Shantideva was trying to say? Dunga nila ngomba juice. That's first two lines. Dunga torde semi-jans. You have desire to overcome difficulties, but you just not go, just go. You only go for problems. That doesn't sound right. Dewa dejan, timube, dewa dejan. You have desire to, you are how is it? You yearn. You yearn for happiness. Dewa dejans. Timube, out of ignorance, you destroy your happiness like your enemy. What is trying to say? What is trying to say? This 4 line, but one stanza, there's no 4 line, one stanza is very heavy. It has deep meaning. So we all, American, Tibetan, believer, non-believer, Buddhist, not Buddhist, doesn't matter. We all desire for happiness. We all have desire for overcome difficulties. We all do. We all do. Equally, we all do. So now, with that mindset, we walk around, we talk to people. You go to work, and you like clean your backyard. Then you do all kinds of things, cooking, cleaning, all kinds of things. So all kind of mindset rise. All kind of different thought rise. It's not like one thought that rise all the time. Oh, I'm so happy. That not just that thought rise all the time. All kind of thought rise. Or we check people how they do things. It's particular in my kitchen to make sure they know where things goes. Make sure they do something that doesn't against my order. Many mindset. What Shantideva was trying to say, you have desire to overcome difficulties, but you just go for problems. What is he trying to say? That's the goal. Goal is overcome from difficulties. Goal is to achieve happiness. That's the goal. To reach there, during the process. During the process, we are not paying much attention during the process. We are not being flexible. We become so uptight with your own idea. You're like, say, we just made things up. We just made it up. We just made it up. It's not natural law. You just made it up. You just made it up. We just made it up. So we become so attached to that. We become so tight. We just bind ourselves round and round, not able to get out. We just bind there again so tightly. We are not flexible. They are not flexible. Then mind is tight. When it's tight, even the body get tired, you get pain, right? That's why you do yoga. Try to stretch. Why you stretch? Because it's good. When you become tired, it's not good. Even the physical is not good. Can you imagine in mind? If mind become tight, how you stretch? Probably lifting your hand doesn't help. That's not going to help. You could lift your arm like that, but it's not going to help. Imagine that. Uptight, become so tight, not just tight, so tight. Did Did you ever analyze yourself? Did you ever ask yourself question, are you looking for overcome difficulty or not? Did you ask that question? Probably not. You're so caught up there. You're so caught up there. Oh. So therefore, like if it's not just once a blue moon, every day they require some thinking. Every day requires some thinking, not just once a blue moon, when things are going round, when things are going down, then you think, not like that. It doesn't matter things going up or down, you always think something, it's always trying to think. So what Shanti was trying to say, very important. When I ask myself, when I read the text, when I ask myself, I don't think that I go deliberately for sufferings. I don't think, you're not just saying going there, you're saying just going for, I don't think so. But maybe goal and the process, doing between there, probably I'm not being mindful. I'm not being mindful. Miduk susu chejing tamba memberties. Generally speaking, you are considered as a good person. People consider you as a good person. When you get angry, that goodness turn into something monster, miserable. Midu susu chejing. When you get angry, this all that appearances, nobody wants to be around. That appearance turn into something that people don't appreciate. You become unholy. You completely lost your judgmental mind. Judgmental mind? How is it? How is it?
Good judgment.
You completely lost good judgment. You completely lost good judgment. You lost able to distinguish between what is right, what is wrong. You lost that. So that's just one example. So, so that's what happens. If we harbor disturbing thought, that is pain. Disturbing thought is pain. It is pain. Oh, my friend, doesn't matter. Wearing rope doesn't protect. If the rope protects, I can order India distribute each one of you set of rope. This rope does not protect. It reminds you, but doesn't protect. Disturbing thought, what you call here, sometimes you hear in the news that in the books when you read, they say white wolf, the animal they kill wolf. White has a wolf, black wolf has a white wolf, black wolf. No, there's two. That refers to the mindset. I don't know, so far you should know. There's like stories. Yeah, which one you feed? Which refers to what?
The darkness or the light?
They say wolf.
One you feed will grow.
Yeah, one which feed you grow. That wolf is like what is called. It's called black wolf, or I'm not sure. I just here recently, so here reading some books. So anyway, there's two kind of mindset. See, disturbing thought. Need to learn how to challenge them. Need to learn, and on daily basis. It all boils down on the mindset. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You could do all kinds of things, same time, no change. Your mind, your mindset, or your heart or your mind, not the physical heart, it's been like desert, right? Long time it's been like desert, nothing's growing there, and you're doing all kinds of things, like doing all kinds of. After that, it's like desert, hot desert, nothing grows. So that means everything's going here. There's nothing going down here. Everything just here. There's nothing is not going down here. So your mind could be soaked into knowledge. Soak into knowledge. Like the piece of stone you throw in the water. When you throw, it's dry. It remains there 100 years. When you take out, it's still dry. Same like that. Your mind soaked into Dharma. Beginning is not change. After 10 years, it's the same thing. Nothing, no change. So then mental happiness is difficult. It's difficult. So anyway, so dunga today similar dunga jina ngombo juice. So need to really know. The true practice is to analyze your mindset. Analyze your mindset very carefully with the mindfulness thoroughly. When you get angry, just pause. Just pause. Don't act right away, just pause. If you act right away, it's not going to be good. It is going to destroy you. That action is going to destroy you. You miss your happiness. You will end up with a zero happiness. You can't see anything good. You lose your good judgment because of good judgment. Then you're not able to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong. A lot of people, fall into problems. Need to just pause. Just pause. If you can do that one day, if somebody usually when they take over your car or when you're driving, just like explode. Say all kinds of things. That person don't hear at all. That person don't hear anything. You are the one who hears everything you say. Probably your friend who's sitting there probably hear right next to you probably hear everything. I'm not sure that person enjoys hearing that. Very important, all my friends, including myself, thorough examination of every thought that rises. Every thought that rises. If the disturbing thought rises, pause. Please pause. Think about your peace of mind. First and foremost important, think about your peace of mind. What it will do, what this kind of thought, disturbing thought will do your peace of mind. If you don't want to lose that, pause, think. Eating something will not help. Looking at something will not help. When it comes down to mind, it won't help. You could have millions of dollars. Same time, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Sorry, time is way over, sorry. So I kind of got lost, carried out by Shanti Devas. We'll stop here, thank you, stop here. So now it's just like 11:50, sorry. So talking about mindful, I'm not being mindful. Sorry, thank you.
So let's read the dedication prayer on 246 and 247 in the Gold Prayer Book. And it's on the back of the page that says Kadampa Center Prayers in the white binder. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with the mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world.
Okay, so we've got a couple of quick announcements, and then then the children can make their offerings, and the rest of us can offer katas to Geshe-la.
I'm Elise from Outreach. These days, when you look around, it's really easy to give up hope, to feel like everything is dark and negative. But there is a lot of good things going on, and you can nurture that in yourself and be a part of it. And the way to start is this: the first Sunday in January, we're going to have an interfaith prayer service on the theme of hope, pass it on. As Geshe-la was saying this morning, there's a power in doing things as a group, and we can nurture that in one another and then pass it on together. And in this coming year, we're also going to make an effort to give you opportunities to nurture and practice that hope by passing it on to others. So save the first Sunday in January, January 6th at 3 o'clock, right here at the Kadampa Center, to hear what others have to say about nurturing hope. Thank you.
Hello. I'm Denise, and this afternoon I want to invite each of you to come to stay at 1:30. We are going to have the third in our series of 3 workshops related to the rhythm of virtue, and it's 3 workshops for adults. Thank you. Donna's going to hold it for me. And today what we're going to do is the drum rhythms. Thank you. It's in the bookstore. We're going to do the drum rhythms. We're going to learn to drum the list of 16 guidelines. We're going to learn to drum a rhythm for, you can choose one positive verse that then you can use and walk that rhythm. And we're also going to learn a real calming meditative rhythm that you can do anytime. I've used it sitting in the doctor's office to calm down. And you can put your own positive words with that. So come feed the white wolf.
Oh, very good one.
Trying to get everything in here today. So for the annual appeal, we have Vivian's going to speak to us in just a second. And so there's a couple offers on the table, and I haven't announced one of them yet, or 2 of them yet. So the new beginner, new sustainers, we needed 20 to fulfill our board member challenge. That they will give $2,000 extra and over and above. So we now have 23 new people, so we did that. And everybody who, till the end of the drive, anybody who's new to sustaining will be entered in to win a massage. So this will just keep going. So the challenge was met, but we still have a massage to give away at the end. We'll let Geshe-la pick that. And the next challenge is the Vajrapani challenge. So how many saw that in the email? So now we get to see who reads it. Okay, handful. So Vajrapani is a sister FPMT center out in California. And I've been out there for retreat. Denise has been there. Anybody else have been there? Okay. It's, Joanna, it's amazingly beautiful, like 300-foot tall redwoods. It's stunning. And they're offering 4 nights free for a private retreat to us. They gave us that. We have a little plug in there. Shanka's now out there, so I think he put a good word in for us. So anybody who gives $2,000 and over, who've already pledged it, so if you're really close, you might want to, bump it up a little. So anybody $2,000 and over will be entered to win that, and we'll also let Geshe-la pick that winner. That'll go all the way to the end. And then today, we're offering, that one I was supposed to say the week before last, and I forgot. So today, what is the last challenge that we always do? Procrastinator challenge. So it's starting today. So this time we have a pretty big kitty on the table. So some people stepped up and said, I want to give towards that because we know you. We know you wait to the end. We know who you are. Some of you do it because you just wait, because you just feel like waiting. Others do it because you think that it's going to be doubled. Well, this time we have over $7,000 that has been given to get all you guys off. So that's exciting. So we have $7,000 on the table to be matched. So we're only at, we are at 157,000 out of 204. So we do have a ways to go. So we'd like to see if we can challenge you with all these challenges. So, and then Vivian's going to have a brief explanation of parents, how parents give, or why parents give, as a mother of. That's her. That's what she's been. Well, you can say whatever you want to say.
Jill asked me to talk about my experience here and why we come. And so I offer this and hope it's of benefit to you. So here's my little story. Sorry. I'm very grateful for my life and my daughter. And 6 years ago, my daughter and I came to Kadampa. She was 3. and it was the only hour I had to myself back then. I remembered walking in and immediately feeling a warm, good place, a safe place to be. And listening to Geshe-la tell stories, he spoke with kindness, humility, and of course, laughter about our precious human lives that we must tend to, for we have the privilege and basic goodness of being. In that moment, I knew I had found something rare, a place of refuge. Some days I would sit in the back of the room and just cry and let go of everything I had to hold in. It was so wonderful to hear such honesty and compassion about human suffering. Page turning. 6 years ago, my days were not easy, but I had made a choice to be happy, and Kadampa was part of that choice. Even in the middle of hard circumstances, I savored and amplified every happiness I could. Then suddenly, the bottom fell out of our lives. I didn't know how we were going to make it. But then we went to our first Dharma, family Dharma camp, and I watched my daughter laugh, and I felt embraced by our community, and I got a glimpse of hope. Here, together, we have found peace and kindness. But most of all, I can look around this room, and I'm going to cry. And so many of you have profoundly shown up for us. When the floor fell from under us, I wasn't sure how to move forward. Your kindness nourished us and sustained us. And the truth is, I was so moved by each and every one of you for the presence and the intention to simply love. We would not be so blessed had it not been for all of you. So sorry. What I have learned here is the importance of giving of oneself. Because so many freely gave to us, I must pay it forward. It is a selfish generosity. I love Kadampa and all the highly satisfying conversations I've shared with all of you. The comfort of each other is all we have, really. It's what gets us through samsara. I have learned how essential service is. We must serve one another. So I appeal to you to give to Kadampa however you feel led. It is in the giving that I have found meaning in my life. The I that is to be valued is the one I cultivate to benefit others. And lastly, I believe we are a rare center. Last night at the holiday party, everyone laughed. Children had a singing conga line going and played ping pong on the floor. This is a place of joy. We cherish all ages and all people here. My daughter says she likes to come because she can play with the kids, and the kids here are nicer. This is a precious space that our children enjoy because each of us gives here at Kadampa. The impact ripples forward into our children's lives. My daughter and I no longer are bound by the past hurts. We have transcended those injuries. We are not the suffering we endure. Samsara is merely a condition we must learn to befriend in order to meet our true nature. So I thank you for listening, and I sincerely hope that you give so that Kadampa and the benefits of Buddhist teachings continue to thrive.
Boy, that's hard to follow. Thank you, thank you. Christy, do you want to explain the children's offering?
Well, we just wanted to take this opportunity, Geshe-la, to welcome you home.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We wanted to welcome you. We wanted to welcome you home and show you just maybe during this holiday season, while everyone has lights up, you can have colors up in your home.
Oh,
so
thank you so much.
this has acts of kindness on it. And the goal was to put as many acts of kindness as there were days left in December, but you have many days that you can.
Thank you so much.
And then there's a newsletter that the middle school group has put together, so you can take this home and read it. They've worked on it since September.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
pick up trash. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you all my friends. Thank you so much. Oh, I have a lot of read. Thank you so much. Yeah, like every day I will read a little bit. So first I'm going to pick up my trash. Pick up trash without being asked. That's one of the first one. So, but you know, I live by myself. Now at the Geshe was in India, nobody to ask. I need to pick up my trash. Call your grandparents just to say hi. So very beautiful. Play with someone new. So let a sibling go first. So very kind. Pay for stranger coffee. Thank you, very good.
Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. Good to see you.
Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh, Joanna, thank you.
Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Has karma to see you
Om
again.
Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Jane, thank you.
Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu
Good to see you again. Thank you.
Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
How have you been doing?
Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
I remember
Om
Atisha, Lama
Tare
Atisha started
Tu
lifting up there.
Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re
Hello, Suzanne, how are you?
Soha.
How are you feeling now?
Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu
Hello, Peter.
Re
Thank you.
Soha.
Happy holiday.
Om Tare Tu Re
How are
Soha.
you?
Om Tare Tu